Test 1 2 1 2.
What's going on?
Ray, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. We're off to a good.
Yeah, you just got your picture on there.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Are you at home? I thought you might be traveling.
No, I'm home.
Good. All right, that's good.
Thanks for sending that. I don't know what happened. I mean, you know, I'm freaking 78 years old, so about anything could happen, I guess. Oh, look, Cindy Dies. She's chiming in. I bet you it's not Cindy.
All right, I think we had a little technical difficulty. Can you?
I'm hearing you.
Okay, it was cutting out when you were talking. I see Mike Ruggiano.
Like the bigger one, but
Hey, Mikey.
are we muted?
Hey, John and Cindy are trying to connect. And now we've got, it says I'm trying to connect to my audio. What's going on?
No, I hear you.
You hear me? Okay.
Cindy doesn't have her audio on, her microphone.
John, you're muted and we cannot see your video. And there's 2 John Crowders on. That's surprising.
Yeah. No, that's Tom over there. You just
Hey,
talking
John.
about the bald-headed look.
Hey,
Hey,
Mike.
Ray, how you doing? How you
Yeah,
guys
I'm
doing?
okay. Hanging in there, man. You know,
Good.
What's your video?
I strive to survive.
Yeah, it's
There we go.
I went,
Hey, hi, Cindy. How you doing? You've changed.
Jeff, good to have you on with us, buddy.
Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Jeff, you need to, can you pull your camera down? We can only see from your
You can only
nose.
see from your eyes up, Jeff.
Just need to adjust it a little so it's downward.
Where's volume?
Mike, I'm glad you're on it. I've got a little picture of you I want to go over tonight.
Oh, speaker.
picture of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wants you to autograph it, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
So let's see it.
Oh, you gotta wait.
Hey, Jeff, are you on a laptop?
No.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, just pull your screen
Yeah, just pull your whole top down
So
some.
what?
because your camera's probably
This again?
on your screen. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. You're almost in there. There you go. Okay.
That's a great looking beard, Jeff. You and Cindy, you and John both got some great beard.
Cindy, hey. Turn your mic on.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
I need to change the name to John so that you know it's not me being that.
I knew it couldn't be Cindy because she would have already had it figured out.
Exactly. This is a training session.
This is a
OJT,
point and
right?
click session.
Hey, Ben Cottarelli.
Hi, Mr. Benden.
Hello, Ben. Hello,
How
Al.
you doing, man? How's
Hey,
it going?
John, how you doing?
Hey,
Sergeant Rua
Hey,
in
Jeff
place.
Anderson. Mr. Jeff Anderson.
Yes,
How's it going, man?
I'm doing fine, man. How are you?
Great, great. Yeah, summer's finally here. The sun's out. No complaints.
I just saw
There's
some
Chief
pictures of
Master
you all
Sergeant
Riviera.
Zarfos down there.
You what?
There's Chief Master Sergeant Zarfas just
Oh,
appeared.
yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Ben, I just saw some
Thank you for
pictures
the
of the old
promotion.
Riviera.
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
Good, Tom. How about you?
Very well. Hope to see you. Hope to see you in the morning.
That sounds good.
Do some drumming. I've been looking for some stuff.
Jeff, what was that about the Riviera?
I just saw some
sorry?
pictures of that old Riviera we used to ride around in. Back in the base.
Yeah,
Or Tornado, I'm sorry.
Tornado, yes, Tornado.
Yeah.
Tornado.
1966.
yeah, the
Oldsmobile
Riviera was a
Tornado.
Buick, I think.
Yeah, and I drove it all the way home, and it lasted for another 3 years, and then it went behind the barn. I had to put it away.
It's a collector's item, so cover it and wait another 5 years.
Oh,
and
man,
you'll make,
that thing was definitely a gem. Yeah.
yeah.
And is that a Hofstra base behind you?
Oh, my Hofner. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a Hofner base.
You and Paul McCartney.
Oh, yeah, Paul's. I've studied a lot of Paul McCartney. Yeah, I've seen him 3 times.
Wow, he's fantastic. And on that Hofner, wasn't it a Hofner base?
Yeah, Hofner base. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen him, Ray?
Not in person, no, but I really, man, all their stuff, they didn't ever put out a bad tune. I mean,
No, it was good. And
I put some of the things on the other day. I've done it before, but all the vocals only. I mean, they have a bass guitar and you can almost hear the drums just to kind of keep a beat going. Man, their voice is just in sync. I mean,
yeah, and McCartney just turned 80 years old on June 18th.
so he's 2 years older than me. Okay.
And he is still just cranking them out. And
Yeah.
He's coming to Charlotte, or he just has come to Charlotte, and they wanted $1,500 a ticket for him.
wow.
Oh, geez. Well, he's not worth much money, so I mean, he's got to do what he
I
can.
never paid that much. The most I paid, and I didn't pay it because I had a friend of mine worked at Microsoft, and Microsoft gave all their employees tickets to go see McCartney, and you could go see him anywhere you wanted. They had that kind of ticket.
Whoa.
And so this friend of mine, he was coming this way anyhow. So he said, hey, if you're not doing anything this weekend, let's go see Paul. And we were setting 6 seats back on the floor, 6 seats back from the main stage. And you could see the whites of Paul's eyes. It was awesome.
That's too bad, Ben. It's too bad that you had to suffer that much.
Yeah.
Crank up the volume, more cowbell.
Yeah, more cowbell.
Oh, man.
When you really think about, their arrangements and their harmonies and everything else, they blended so well.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I've got a whole library of Beatle books in my library right there.
Have you got, Ben, do you have that Life magazine that came out back in the 70s, I think, and it was just full of all the things about any of them. I've got that.
I don't have that, but I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, I'll sell it to you for $1,500.
Yeah, that'd be about what it's worth. I mean, you go out on eBay, that's about, I don't know.
Yeah.
I go out on eBay, I've got a whole stack of 45s in the sleeves and everything. And they're priceless. I got a whole closet full of those.
Did you have it in one of those red and white top little metal boxes with a
Yes.
handle on the top?
No, I don't have that one.
Okay.
No.
Hey, Spike.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Hey, Spike.
Hey, Spike, do you have a hat on with a propeller?
He's got those beanies. He's got a beanie on. That's appropriate. Spiker.
You guys are awful. You know that?
Oh, it's a fan. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Just plug it into your ear.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
How you doing,
Spike, I think you and I are sort of in the same boat.
Yeah, you're getting
Oh, my
close.
God, you're right, Al. Hey, Mike Luciano.
Yo,
So you really don't eat Philly cheesesteaks anymore?
well, because I live in Florida. So
Oh, bullshit.
if I go to Philly, I do.
Okay. That's what, once every 10 years now?
Not even that anymore, and everybody's dead. So I
Yeah.
have no
Franklin
reason to
Street.
go back.
We just had our 60th high school class reunion last weekend in Garden City, Kansas, and there were 173 in our graduating class back then, and we know 50 of them are no longer vertical, and I think there's 35 or 40 that MIAs, just no contact since graduation. And but 28 class members showed up, and some with their spouses and everything. But it was a hoot, I tell you. It was just nonstop laughter and kidding and conversations and chatting. It was just, yeah,
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
way cool, actually, Ray. That's really cool.
yeah.
We're going to be
60th,
doing
my God, I still don't know when that happened exactly. Yeah, our as we were leaving from our breakfast before departure, everybody's hugging and seeing and all that, and several of us would say, "Don't die. We're going to get together again in 5 years." And
I've
Hey, Paul.
I've got a couple.
Hey, guys.
I got a couple
Hey,
things.
Paul,
I
how
wanna
are
say.
you?
oh, there's Paul down there. He sneaked in there.
Yeah, Mr. Crowder showed up too, so.
I got a couple things I want to show you guys. I was cleaning around here, my wife and I found some stuff. I found that,
Oh,
Hey,
and I found this. Two of them.
Where'd you get those, Ben?
You
You
know,
remember?
I do. I can't. I don't think they're. From the drum corps or the band. I think
No.
they're what the cadets wore at graduation.
Yeah, because they're
Remember-
too dark, they're too dark for being the choir or band.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And one's darker than the other, but that may be just because of the years.
Yeah, the more sun.
Ben, remember
Wait.
you, I, and Jay Edwards went out, and because when the cadets graduate, they throw those things away.
I think that's where I got them in a
And
dumpster.
you and I and Jay Edwards went out one year, and we went out and collected some of those things.
I think you're right, Jeff, and I think that's where these came from. I think we grabbed them out of a dumpster, if I remember correctly, because
Yeah, I think
you know
so.
those great big dumpsters. The
Right.
cadets were just throwing all that stuff in the dumpsters, and you and Jay and I went out and just grabbed them.
dumpster divers.
Yeah, and I for some reason I held on to them. I never. I just put them in the back, in the back as they call it, and that's where they've been ever since. Anyhow, I wanted to show those to you guys.
Well, it's funny, if I can interject a little bit. I had a cousin who, couple of months younger than me, that she was living and going to school in Massachusetts when the Corps went to Boston, where we were on the ice and doing the show there.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the
The
first
Rose
show that
Ice.
she had ever seen. And she called me yesterday and said, "Do you remember that show?" And it was really crazy. I think, Paul, you remember Marva, so. My cousin there that was
Oh,
from
yeah.
Boston. So
Paul's frozen, it looks like.
it looks like, yeah, it doesn't look like he's moving too far, but
I think he's
it was
praying.
really interesting.
I
that
think
she-
he's praying, so let him have his space there.
it's just interesting that
Nope.
all of a
Oh,
sudden
there
out
it
of nowhere,
goes.
she remembered this show that we did on the ice.
Can you
I
guys?
tried to pick myself out of that and I couldn't find me, but I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Mike Smith was there because we went into a restaurant somewhere in Boston. And I can still remember we were sitting at a table. I think it was me, Mike, Mike Springfelt, and AJ Baronato, I believe. And Mike Smith called the waitress over and said, "Hey, I need to get a fork." They didn't phase the waitress. She just walked off and got him a fork.
Well,
I'll
it's funny
always
because
remember that,
Smitty
yeah.
from Dorchester and Gil from Central Boston, I mean, those guys were so funny to listen to. So.
Well, I believe that trip, Clark McDonald and I were rooming together. And I believe we had a bunch of us had gone downtown to the strip club area or something like that, down the block.
You would
And
never do that, Tom.
Clark and I overslept and we were going to Philadelphia the next day. And Thurston knocked at our door at the hotel and wondered if we were going to make the trip. Al, I think you probably know this is true, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a highlight of my career in the Air Force. And I'm sorry Clark McDonald's not on tonight.
Hey,
Well, I don't think
was
Thurston
there
had
a
a lot of
Bachelor's
love lost
3
for
that
most
was
of the
there?
guys in the Corps anyway. So.
Can you guys hear
Namath,
me?
Namath and those guys, two other guys, they put in Bachelor 3. And I think there might have been one in Boston.
There was. We played at at the old Patriots game.
Yeah,
Under their not the modern day group, but
right.
so
Yeah, the
we had a half
Boston Patriots,
there.
not the New England Patriots.
Yep, absolutely. And I remember Clark and I were in a world of hurt because the next trip was like out to California or Arizona or someplace, and we were told we couldn't leave the hotel room. Anyway, we'll let it go at that for the moment.
Do you remember?
I can see that.
Hey, Tom, do you remember who the Patriots played at that trip?
I'm sorry.
Do you remember who the Patriots played at that trip?
Oh, come on, Ben, give me a break here.
Well, the reason why I asked that, because I don't know if John Dye was with us, but I know Scott Oakey was with us. There was a group of us that went to a restaurant and Joe Namath was there.
Yeah.
John, do you remember that?
Oh, wait a minute. No.
It was the Playboy Club.
No.
Yeah, oh, that's right. It was.
I was thinking of another trip, Terry Bradshaw in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Terry
Yeah.
Bradshaw came on the bus. He came on the bus. I do remember that. He met us at the airport and he was on the bus and took us to the hotel. I do remember that.
Huh.
But I remember we were at a restaurant and Joe Namath was there and he came up and was talking with us and everything and said he had just finished a commercial out in California and had just done, I think, like a Jiffy Pop popcorn commercial or something like that.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Hey, Ben.
Broadway Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
I believe what we had was, it was three guys. It was the name of the place. And it was Namath, and it was a hockey player from Boston, and somebody else. It was three guys. And it was in Boston. You're absolutely right about that. I just can't remember the third guy is a problem right now.
Do you also remember when we went up to Aspen and we went to a restaurant in Aspen and John Denver was there and Greg Morris was with him. Do you remember that?
Right.
And Greg,
That one I don't remember.
Greg
I remember
Morris,
going to Aspen because I remember those warming things outside
Yeah.
there.
and Greg Morris was with Mod Squad at the time. He was on that TV show Mod Squad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he and John Denver were together at a restaurant, and it was another one of those where there was there was a group of us that went. I don't know who all we were, and they also came up, and we were in uniform, and they came up and they shook our hands, and and thanks for your service and all that great stuff. But that was another cool point too. I do remember that one. It was up in Aspen. We were at a hamburger joint. It was a huge round table, and they were sitting at the round table, and they invited us over. That was a pretty cool time.
I remember
good
meeting Ted
experiences with some
Hendricks
really
down in Miami when we went down there for a game, and afterwards, and the players we were kind of milling around after the crowds had left, and met Ted Hendricks there, the Stork. And,
Well,
big guy.
Well,
yeah, they're bigger in person, aren't they?
oh yeah.
Gary,
6'8", something like that.
Gary Hodges, who was out there before I came out, and he told me that John Denver used to put on shows down at the theater for the cadets, and that's where he kind of broke himself in with his baby teeth, playing shows in front of people and stuff. And he was just a real young guy.
I was on the lighting crew with Gary, and Bill Stokes was running it at that time, and we did the lights for John Denver and Al Hurt and
there you go.
Harry Chapin. Harry Chapin made a big thing because he said he went to the academy, he got thrown out. Now they're paying him a whole bunch of money to come back and perform.
I had no idea that Chapin went there.
He did, and he told that story on stage.
Wow.
Does anybody here remember the trip to New Orleans?
Oh yeah.
I can't begin to tell you the year. We stayed at Naval Air Station.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was a hurricane blowing in, and a bunch of folks went to Al Hurt's place downtown, and but that's all. I will let it go for the moment. If anybody remembers that, it was quite the hell of a ride.
Yeah.
I just remember, was that the one we went down for the Sugar Bowl? The cadets were playing in it or something?
That wasn't the Sugar Bowl. That was the Sugar Bowl trip.
I remember the Sugar Bowl because I'll never forget the pilot after he actually was on the tarmac. He said, "Now I want you all to know that you are now 12 feet under sea level." Yeah.
Ray, do you really remember the Sugar Bowl? So I don't remember much of it other than being in
the Sugar Bowl. It was the best fruit punch called the Hurricane I ever had.
Oh,
and now you're a Mormon.
Oh, okay.
I get Bourbon Street on New Year's Eve, and the crowd was just crazy.
Well,
remember Speedy asking for one grit?
The Sugar Bowl trip, Smitty, myself, and I don't know who else, I don't remember. We were at a bar or someplace downtown. And what was it? Actually, I take it back. It wasn't the Super Bowl. It was a New Orleans Saints Baltimore Colts game. So I apologize for getting it wrong, but it's been a few years. And so Smitty, myself, and whoever else, we were at a bar in downtown New Orleans. There was Johnny Unitas.
That was Pat O'Brien's. I was there.
Pat O'Brien's. I remember that.
It was a Pat O'Brien's.
Who the hell? That's Johnny Unitas. I still have his autograph on a bar napkin from that trip.
Wow.
He wasn't there with his wife either. But I'll let it go at that for the moment.
How do you know it wasn't his wife?
Oh, because I read about the divorce in the papers later.
Oh, okay.
You mean it was his daughter or niece or somebody, right?
Yes.
Yeah, his niece, right?
His niece, yeah.
It was some babe anyway.
Remember the Sugar Bowl?
Smitty
And
was just
Steve
nuts.
Lyons asked for one grit.
What was it, Jeff?
When Speedy at the Sugar Bowl, when we went to that college to eat breakfast, and Speedy Lyons didn't know what grits were, so he wanted one grit to try it.
Oh, that must have been at Tulane.
Yeah.
You know, there's an awful lot.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot of.
My old buddy from the 5th grade, he was the head of the orchestra program right next door at Loyola of New Orleans. They shared a parking lot with Tulane.
Does anybody here remember Speedy Lyons from the
Yeah,
Air Force, for the Academy band?
Yeah,
Played
yeah,
guitar and whatnot?
Mhm.
yeah.
well, I'm from the Falconeers too.
Bass guitar, wasn't it?
Yep, he did.
Oh, okay, never mind. It was-
So we all rolled in. It was the morning of the Sugar Bowl game. We all rolled in and we're having breakfast at whatever facility they had.
Tiffany's.
I don't know. I can't tell you right now. But the key here is, and of course, Speedy's not here anymore to dispute this, unfortunately. But there were a bunch of good-looking college girls there, and Speedy threw his keys on the floor under the table and crawled under to take a look. Just let it go. No, if that sounds like Speedy, you're right.
Oh, yeah.
We couldn't even find Speedy that morning of the Sugar Bowl because he was sleeping underneath the bed.
He did.
I remember the Cotton Bowl. We played, went down there for something, and we were on the bus and we pulled. Well, I don't remember why we were in Dallas, but anyway, I remember
Hey, fair.
I was kind of drunk and a little bit. I mean, just a little tipsy, and somebody mouthed off to me, and I got in his face, and boy, they had me in handcuffs sitting on the ground, and I think somebody gave me the key to the handcuffs for a souvenir.
That was the military week at the Texas State Fair.
Right.
Yeah. That's right.
And they had the big. I think that if I remember right, also that wasn't that the Texas Oklahoma football game? That
Yeah,
Yep.
yep, it was.
So
Texas OU.
the Red River rivalry. That's
Right.
hard to say fast. Red River rivalry.
Boy, you guys were really a wild group.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were lean, mean fighting machines. I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not lean anymore.
Well, I lean a lot. I have some balance issues and vertigo, but so
Hey, John Crowder, even though, oh, there's my name. It's the right name up there now. So
Hi,
John
John.
Crowder, what's up, dude?
Hey, Paul, welcome.
Hey,
Oh,
sorry,
Paul.
I'm
Hi,
late.
Paul.
Hey, Paul.
We either gonna start eating dinner earlier or
we can barely hear you, Paul.
oh,
Oh, there you go.
we either have to start eating dinner earlier or eat it after this meeting.
You're good. Good to have you.
I got me a Reese's peanut butter cup before I came on, so I'm all right.
Ben, I was going to say on those blue overcoats, weren't those the long ones that we had to have cut down through a tailor or something to cut them shorter, like a pea coat? Oh, no, that's totally different.
That's
That's the
cadet,
short
that's
cut.
cadet uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are cadet uniforms.
Oh, yeah, we used to get cadet, those big heavy overcoats, the long ones, and you could have them cut so they fit like a pea coat. Did you guys ever get any of those?
Hmm.
They were heavy.
Yeah,
Big horse blankets.
particularly the WWFF, the Fabulous Foul Weather Unit, whatever it was, the drummers that would
I
go out to
also,
play Noon Tune when it was blizzarding or whatever.
Yeah.
I also still have our old raincoat. Remember the blue?
Oh,
I still have that raincoat.
they had a museum going, right?
I still wear it. I mean, I still wear that. That still fits. I would never be able to get into anything else.
You still wear it. Wow. Well, hey, I'm sorry I missed the last one, and I want to thank Tom for taking charge. I noticed there were only a couple of guys that seemed last time that got on, according to when I watched the video. So I thought for tonight, I'd maybe just do a quick overview before we kind of jumped in through some things I put together for us to talk about. And you know, if we get through it, then that's cool. And if not, then we'll carry it over. But you guys have already done a lot of great talking, but it's all recorded so for posterity. So don't worry. So I'm going to go ahead, if it's okay, and just kind of, I hope this works. If it doesn't, I give up. Let me see here. So I need to share this screen and optimize for video. Let's see. Can you see my football helmet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, BYU.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. Now you should see it says Zoom meeting.
Yep.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Zoom meeting 20 June. You got that?
Yep.
Okay. So here's a new picture I found on the, I don't know if we've seen this one before, on the Keith Markey Facebook page. But there's some guys of our generation. And I'll show you that page later. Here's one that I think some of you guys were in. Back
In 2003.
When?
Scranton in 2003, the DCA
Yeah.
championship.
2003. So I'm sorry it's kind of blurry, but when you blow them up, they get that way. So here's a couple of things that we missed, and this is one that this is your life episode that Tom is going to do, but this is a teaser because it's for next month. This is Tom Wells in his hazmat duty right here. So I hope everybody is excited. Tom, we can't wait. We've got bated breath waiting for next month, okay?
Well, I wanted to do it this month, but it never happened. And indeed, yes, I did used to dress like that. In fact, I've crawled into more than my share of burning buildings. I'm trying to figure out how do you go from drumming to crawling into burning buildings, and somebody dial me up and let me know how you do that.
Hey, interesting note about that going into burning buildings. My wife, she was on a team here at Oklahoma State University that they developed a new, what do you call it? The water circulation thing, and they just redesigned it so that they could stay in longer in the burning buildings, longer than whatever, 7 minutes or something. And
it was occasionally challenging. I'll just let it go with
Yeah.
that. How that sounds.
yeah, they also developed a new ballistic vest for the Marines.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it'll be next month, okay?
All righty, and you know what, John? I'll send you some more pictures.
Oh my God.
Okay. Send some more. This was on last month. I don't know if you were on, Ray, but we had a contest of Guess Who, and most of the guys figured out it was you. So
Yeah, that's Stevens Park in Garden City, Kansas. I think I was maybe a senior in high school, maybe junior.
yeah.
And this is my art shot, my profile. Oh, there. God, where'd you get all these?
Oh, I dug around on the internet.
Oh, you're CIA or something, aren't you? Okay. This is a little house that I bought in Stillwater, actually where I am now.
Okay.
When I was, and I'm wearing the shirt that we picked up when we went to my, well, then girlfriend. She's from Ankara, Turkey. And so that's why I'm wearing that shirt. And she's gone. She left 2 weeks ago. So, and God, it's just way too quiet in here. Thank you so much for letting me talk with you. But she'll be back in 4 more weeks. She went over to see her family. They live on the Aegean side.
Oh, wow. All right. And we did a Guess Who on this. I think somebody guessed it was
Whoever.
Bob.
Bob
And
and Janie Webb.
Oh, yeah, that is Bob Webb. Yeah.
this is his son. I found this, and his son is waiting for a heart transplant.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if that's his permanent nurse, but he posted this.
Yeah.
That's probably the reason why he's got a
some
bad
care.
heart.
I need some first aid.
He'll need a good heart for that.
And this is
You might stroke out, though.
on Bob's Facebook page. He posted some of this information. Looks like he got made a career of it, huh?
Yeah, he did. He retired from the Air Force after he went into medical field of some sort and spent about 25 years in the Air Force before he retired.
Okay. Well, bless his heart. I know he's had some medical challenges, but he always seems to have a great sense of humor.
Is he wearing tech stripes on there? I can't really see.
What's that?
Is he wearing tech stripes? E6?
No, it's
Is it 5?
I don't know. Let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's a tech sergeant there.
Yeah.
Tech, yeah.
I thought it looked like that was the double on the rocker on the bottom.
Yeah, he's a tech sergeant there.
But
Sorry,
he-
can you go back one more picture?
What's that?
Can you go back one more picture of Bob Webb?
Yeah.
You see his face on that picture on the right with Janie?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had some kind of mouth cancer or throat cancer and had to have a big part of his lower jaw and everything removed, but he's still playing a horn.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he still plays. In fact, there's some pictures of him still playing. In fact, he plays once in a while. He puts a picture up of him playing like a tuba. I think he has a tuba, and plays in this kind of community band and stuff. So
Yeah, it's a community band, and they also do Revolutionary War reenactments.
yeah, so he's
No, Civil War.
Civil War, you're right.
yeah, he's still active. And then I wanted to add this because there were some questions about the pictures I gave Tom last time, and I wondered, have any of you ever tried to get back into your old Air Force uniform?
John,
And
I at the dumpster after I left the academy.
guys, I think the majority of us, it fits like this guy right here. That's how it fits. So I put this picture in because, and Paul, you might remember this. This was way back when, I can't remember, but we went back to, my family, we visited Simsbury, Connecticut, and went to Bob Morbeck's house. And Paul came over, and we decided to see if we could get Morbeck into his uniform. And that's what this was all about. And this was the final results. And so we just kind of wondered how many of you guys could still get in your uniform. So this is Paul and me trying on. Bob still had his hat, of all things. So now, this is something new I'm trying. Make it a little more exciting. I don't know how it's going to work, but I have a little technical audio to introduce this called Getting Down to the Nitty Gritty. Let's see if this works.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to present our dancers with their interpretation of the nitty gritty. So anyways, let's get down to the nitty gritty.
All right, guys. How's that? I tried
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to present.
Anyway, one of the things you guys mentioned previously was maybe doing some help for whoever wants it on how to get into Facebook and use it. And I'm glad to help out. If anybody wants to contact me, give me a call or an email, and I'll help you figure it out, because there's a lot of fun stuff on Facebook for us old guys. And this is something that I ran across. I don't know if you can see it, but to you guys who used to do a lot of practices in the summer, it says, note to younger self, enjoy all the days of long practices, parades, and field performances, for they will be the memories that you will long to relive in your latter years. So I thought that was something probably Bob Sarfas and Paul Mayer could appreciate. And Bob, speaking of Bob, do you want to give us a little bit? I got some of your pictures and stuff of Dick Filkins. And do you want to give us a little bit of a maybe an explanation, an introduction to Dick? I got your pictures here that you shared with us on email. So there's this one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good drum line. Tom Bittner on the end, Rodney Goodhart. Some of you know Rodney because he judged DCI. Filkins. And I'm not sure who the next guy is. And then over here, this is John Flowers and then John Bosworth. So some real serious players here.
So this is Dick Filkins right here.
Yeah, third from the right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is one of the pictures you shared of him, I guess, at a reunion.
Yeah, one of the reunions, yeah.
And this was another picture you shared. I don't know who all those guys are. Were they Corps guys?
On the left here, this is Whitey Roberts, who played contrabass. He became a DCI drill guy and judge. And this is me. And this guy is Warren Cook. We call him Cookie. He has dementia right now and is not doing so well. Billy Kaufman here, I drummed an Archer Epler with him, and Billy taught the Crossman along with Eric Landis, and then this is Dick on the right. Yeah, we all happen to be in Florida at the same time. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's another picture you sent.
Yeah, it's a reunion in Norfolk, and Tom Wolfe. I don't think he ever made it to the academy. Tom was a career Air Force guy. He stayed in 20 some years, got out of the Corps, and I'm not sure what he did. And Dick, and then this is Jan Dunnick, who played when you guys had your alumni corps up in Wilkes-Barre. Jan came up and played, I believe.
Right.
And then Bill Mojica on the end here, another fine snare drummer.
So these two brethren here have passed away. Is that right?
No, Dick's the only one here that's gone. The other three guys are still here.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yep. Dick's the only one.
Another picture of him. And there's another picture. I don't know where that is. Europe?
Yeah, let me think. This is what's the big castle down in North Carolina?
Greenbrier.
Biltmore. Yeah, this is at the Biltmore, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and Dick had lived in Florida all his life, and then he moved up on a mountaintop in North Carolina, and so this is Billy Mojica and his wife Kathy and Pat and I, when we went down and spent a couple of days with Dick. It was an interesting thing. That was a serpentine road, one lane up to the top of the mountain. And the first night we were there, they had a bad thunderstorm. Trees were down, so we were stuck up there for a day. Didn't have power for a while, but yeah, interesting place. And Dick ended up back in Florida where he passed away.
Okay. Well, thank you, Bob. Is there anything else that you want to share with us while we kind of got you on?
Yeah, I'll tell you a good story about Dick. 1956, Truman Crawford had taken over to horn arranging for the Air Force, and for reasons I still don't understand, he asked me if I would do the percussion charts, and out of naivety and innocence and ignorance, I said sure. So I started writing the charts when Truman started doing the arrangements, and 57, the line was getting a little thin, and Dick came down. He showed up for an audition, and a couple of us dragged him in our barracks and handed him some drumsticks and said, play. And he could play, man, serious player. He won some DCA national championships. So he goes down for his audition, and I wasn't part of that. There was an old tech sergeant who was, and the first sergeant named DeGenova, who was kind of the nemesis of the Corps, if you will, and Truman and the CO. And so Dick comes out and I said, well, how'd it go? And he said, I failed. It was like, what? How can you fail? You know, you play better than anybody in the line. He said, I can't read.
Oh,
So I went to Truman and I grabbed Truman and I said, you got to go back in there and get Dick in this line. I said, we need him in the line. I'll teach him to read. I'll teach him the music. And so long story short, why Truman goes up and they change their mind. And of course, I never let Dick live down the fact that if it weren't for me, he'd have never made it into the Air Force Drum Corps. Great drummer and a good friend.
oh, that's a great story.
Well,
Well,
hey, Bob, I'm just going to throw something in there. When you think of back in the drum corps days of the 50s, 60s, probably
Yeah.
even early 70s, most of the kids or people that were in drum corps didn't read music.
Right.
You know, I mean, most of the guys I know in drum corps that I was in the both junior corps in the early 60s and then senior corps in the later 60s, most of the guys did not. If you had 6 guys out of the whole corps that could read music, you were lucky.
Yeah,
So
I
I
was.
think it was just natural talent that really overcame so much.
Well,
it's
yeah,
just
and guys learn.
learning. Yeah.
Yeah, guys learn by listening. I know that, Al. But when I got to the Air Force Drum Corps in December of '54, everybody read, of course, and you had to read to pass the audition. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, and most of the corps, I'm fortunate. Most of the corps I taught over the course of my life, almost everybody read, and that really helps.
wow. Well, thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. So glad you're here with us all the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We love having you.
Hey, Bob, you ever coming out to Kingman again? Or are you and Pat coming out?
Say again, please.
Are you and Pat coming out to Kingman, Arizona again, visiting?
She still has a friend who lives out there.
Yeah, you told me that, and I didn't know if you were planning on coming out.
The last couple of years, they've been meeting somewhere else. And usually if she goes to meet her friend, they do some hiking and I stay home. So I don't know, Alan.
You're the smart guy.
No, I'm the old guy and the lazy guy.
Hey guys, I added this port here about Taps Across America, of course, because we just had, Memorial Day and so forth. I wondered if you guys, I know John Dye was trying to get ready to do that, and this is from Embry, but I know that Paul Mayer, you guys, do you have some experiences on Taps Across America on Memorial Day you could share with us?
Yeah, this was a busy Memorial Day. I had 6 different opportunities to play taps at different flag raisings and flag lowering ceremonies, and all of the ceremonies were very well attended this year for some reason, better than it has been for many years. And it was great to see more people, all different generations coming out, and they were all very nicely done. We had a beautiful weekend weather, so maybe that had something to do with it as well. But it was great to see larger crowds at the ceremonies for Memorial Day services.
Yeah, do you add that little Air Force tag when they're Air Force veterans?
I do, if they request it, I'd be glad to do it. Or if it's Army, we'll do an Army piece or a Marine piece or a Navy piece as well. Just a few notes as a little tag at the end of.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
We have our 4th of July concert with our symphonic band. It's a community symphonic band tomorrow night, as a matter of fact. And we're doing, a lot of the typical ones, play march. It's our 4th of July type thing. And we're doing Americans We, we're doing what's that, salute to America's veterans. You know, they do all the different
Yeah.
services, and we're doing a thing called variations on Yankee Doodle. And then, of course, you do Stars and Stripes, or as I call it, Stars and Strippers. And anyway, yeah, it's looking for. There's a couple of humdingers in there too. There's a tough one. I can't remember. Oh, it's selections from Fiddler on the Roof. I think that's just one they threw in. I don't think there are any Jews around here, but I conducted that musical. That was one of 12 or 13 musicals that I conducted.
Maybe they're just Broadway fans, you know, but not Jews.
Tavia was.
John
If I were a rich man.
Yes, John.
Oh, and of course, one of the things they do have in is the bottle dance. And man, I see Santa Clara right, just boing, right there.
Yeah, John Dye, did you get a chance to do your taps?
I did not. Paul was gracious enough to send me the horn, and I've played on it some, just only enough to get a new appreciation for the soprano mouthpiece. And I just refuse to even try it until I can play it good enough to not make a fool of myself. So
You got next year. You can work on a whole year.
I got a whole year to practice, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Embry posted this kind of on his Facebook page. And so speaking of Facebook, guys, I want to encourage you if you have any chance, because there's what I call gems that I got off of Facebook. If you get on Facebook, or just a real good reason to go, is because you can go to a page like the Keith Markey Memorial page. Let me see if this will work. I wanted to show you.
Okay.
And you can pull it up, and you go to the page, and it has all kinds of photos on it. In fact, one of you guys asked me about that. You said, where do you find those photos? And I found a whole bunch of stuff on this page. If it's going to work, let's see. Maybe not. Shouldn't have done that. Oh, I don't want that. All right, let's try it this way. Let's go this way, Facebook. All right, I'll show you how to find it on Facebook. Just go in and search on Keith Markey Memorial, or just type in up here and search right here, right there, and just type in Keith Markey, and it'll come up. There's Keith Markey. And it'll pull up the memorial page right there. So
it's also blurry, John. We can't see it. There it is. Okay, there it is. Now you can see it.
For anybody that doesn't know what's out there, I mean, there's a lot of pictures like John mentioned, but Roy Perez put a lot of the recordings out there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff out there, and it's really very interesting.
Here's the media files that he put out, and the media files, he has, let me see. I don't want that one. I want this one. I think, nope, wait. Anyway, under, here it is, under videos, this is where he's got those Roy Perez put all the different recordings of our Corps and so forth that you can listen to. So there's some value in being able to, be able to get out there and look around. And some of these kinds of photos, like this one was out there. You guys remember this was an ice hockey rink.
That's on the ice, yeah.
Yeah,
Bruins.
that's on the ice in Boston.
There's Ruggiano, and going around, there's AJ on his, what was that?
Yeah, right there. That's right. That is AJ.
Yeah, that's AJ
Yeah.
with the Whaley Royce French horns that we had,
Yeah.
the round ones.
There's Gil. I know that looks like Tully, doesn't it? I think that's my jaw there.
And I think this is,
Here's a better one.
oh gosh.
Remember that?
Yep.
Okay, so these are some other gems I found. I'm going to go through them just to show you guys. This is the Morvex and the Mayors got together. I don't know when or where, but there's a little. What is that, Paul?
That was at a reunion in Norfolk.
Oh, okay. Oh, it must have been a dinner or something. Huh? You guys look pretty spiffy.
Fellow Connecticut Royal Lancers.
There's Mike Embry doing his 2022 Memorial Day. And you guys, I guess you know this, but Mike had cancer. That's why he looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But he's still stroking along. And this is a picture that I think Pat put out there, if I remember, on Gil.
Yeah.
80th birthday. And I was going to ask you guys, this is a picture that Embry had, but when was this two-valve bugle used?
We never used two valve horns.
Never did, huh?
Nope.
Interesting. Okay. And then somebody said this was a great souvenir. Whose was this? Who got this?
Doug Lint. Doug Lint.
Doug, okay.
Spike, you've still got yours, don't you?
What's that?
Spike had a drum head like that too.
Oh, did he? Hey, Tom.
It doesn't seem to be there now, but.
Didn't you put your fist through a couple of those drum heads, Tom?
I remember we got buckshot through one of them in Canyon City.
Really?
Yeah, we went down to Canyon City for the Apple Blossom Festival Parade.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we were forming up just outside the prison, getting ready to start. And they had a jailbreak while we were there just before the parade. Two guys evidently scaled the wall somehow and got out. And the cops were shooting at them. And actually, some cop took a shot and some of the pellets went through the bass drum.
Right place, wrong time. Yeah.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
I put this on. I thought Roy could talk to us a little bit about this, but he posted it on his Facebook, I guess, about these different uniforms, actual uniforms from Drum Corps, championships and stuff. So I'll try and see if we can let Roy talk about that in the future. And then, Jeff, you're on. Tell us about this picture you of your wife.
That's a place called Chimney Rock in North Carolina, up by Lake Lure.
Nice place.
And we decided that a couple weeks ago, we were going to try to climb it. And actually, it took a little bit of time and a little bit of extra effort and a number of stops on the way and stuff, but we did make it to the top. So.
Yeah. Glad you're here tonight to tell us about that. Thank you. Ray, you want to tell us real quick about your poetry here? This is from Facebook too.
I can't. It's just scribble from here. There's nothing.
I don't know. It's a poem you wrote in 1996. It was pretty deep. It said, "So what is this? The deep breaths and looking, staring, trying to see, trying, and so forth." It's pretty heavy, actually, Ray.
Yeah, I've published several. I've got about 250 poems now that I started in 1961.
Really?
And I'm still updating them and editing, and I've had several published, and I've got one short story which really sucks, and so
Okay. Well, that's a hidden talent. I didn't know you had. Good for you.
oh, I can see it now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Oh, that was that was a good picture over there. That the horn line or whatever the Corps. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'd be interested in knowing more about your publishing at some time in the future.
Okay.
This is Doug Lint posted this on Facebook. He's got it as a roster, but I don't see a date on it. Does anybody know when this was based on who's who?
Can you clear up the print a little bit, and I can probably take a shot. I see Bellevue, sort of his name, and then Ruat, and then I can't read the rest down in there. Here we go.
You had Bellevue,
Let me ask you this.
Paul Olivier, George
Yeah.
Fennell,
Coach,
David Roller, and Carlson. So that had to be around 72, 73, maybe.
Yeah, because Mike Springfield's still in there and Dorsey, but I'm not, so I'm already gone.
You're already gone, right? You
Yeah.
left in what, 72?
Yeah, I left in May of '72, early out for school.
I'm seeing Ron Lowell's name on there, and I don't think he came into the Corps until the last year before turn-in?
Yeah, so it had to be late 72, early 73, I would think.
No, Ron Lowell was in the drum line when I was there.
But then he came back. He went out and then came back.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's 3 contrabass players in. Do you remember when they had 3?
Yeah. Kelly Gordon.
Yep.
I remember Shivany as in Gordon. I don't remember Clay.
Clay.
Yeah.
Only made it about a couple months before he was thrown out.
It was Kelly Gordon. It was Kelly Gordon that got kicked out
Was it Kelly?
He mooned a carload of girls in San Francisco on the interstate, and an officer saw it and
Took
tracked
offense
him
to
down
that.
and got him out. Yeah.
You should. God, isn't that something back in those days? Now
Yeah.
it's probably everyday occurrence.
Yeah. No, it's actually quite a surprise to everybody that Kelly was even the kind of guy to do it. But
oh, really?
He didn't last very long. I remember in San Francisco. I'm pretty sure it was San Francisco, and we were headed out to going into the city somehow, and going slow in a traffic jam, and with a carload of girls, and evidently some Air Force officer within eyesight. And yeah, Kelly stuck his ass out the window, I guess.
Drop trowel, huh?
Yeah.
We were on the way to Treasure Island.
That's it. That was
had
it.
to be Treasure Island, because that's where we stayed when we went to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Didn't we play the 49ers game out at Candlestick?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like
no, I think we went there
Was it an Oakland game?
a parade. It was a parade that we marched in Redwood City.
Okay.
I believe it was Redwood City. And afterwards we went out to the Hiller mansion, and they served us John, were you in that?
No, I got out in January of '73.
Okay. Al, you probably do.
Yeah, I was still there.
And Tom, yeah.
It was Hiller. It was Hiller from Hiller Helicopters.
Yeah.
Quite the place. We played a concert around the pool outside of his house.
Yeah. Played for dinner as usual.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we got that clarified. Thank you.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, how was your trip to Hawaii?
It was awesome.
I'll bet it was.
The North Shore where my son lives, I walked to the beach and got this white body, a little bit of sun. It was awesome.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Looks like you got together with all the grandkids too at one point.
We did. I'm going to show you a picture of that.
So I saw, yeah.
Hey, did you guys get to see this on this? I don't know if it'll play because this gal was on Jimmy Fallon. She was playing the drums in a very good fashion. She was like a grandma. But I don't want to play it because I'm afraid it'll screw up everything. So here's Bill Smith. Now, who here was in the Corps? Here he is with Bill Smith. Who was in the Corps with Bill Smith?
Yeah, Bill was there.
I was.
Bill got out in '69, about June of '69. So.
Oh, that's when I came in. So he got out.
Yeah, we were there, John, because you and I got there about the same time in '69.
Yeah.
Bill was my first roommate when I came out in '66.
Huh.
Because he left, he got out of the Corps in, I think he said it was June of '69. Because I remember marching with him and when I first got there in March of '69. And John Crowder, you got there about that same time.
I got there in June of '69. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, because you, Smitty, and I got there about the same time. So.
Yeah.
And Mike Ruggiano would have already been there. Spike, you would have already been there.
Yeah, I was there. Well, in '66, Bill was already out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ray and Paul Mayer would have been there.
Sure.
Yeah, this was on Facebook. Dave Hughes' birthday. That's a fun thing about Facebook is you get to kind of get a little occasional, hey, so-and-so's anniversary or birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun.
Good kid. Good kid.
There you are. Oh, Ruggiano. There you are, right there.
I was teaching my grandson the fine art of taking a nap.
Yes.
He picked it up very well. He's a fast learner.
Had a good
Hey,
teacher.
Big Bob, how you doing?
Retirement right there, man.
It's either that he was looking to get breastfed and he just gave up.
Oh, this guy's, I don't know, did you guys see this? I saw this on Facebook. It said, United States Air Force Academy Band tuba player auditions. And are you kidding me on this annual salary? Do you see what it says?
Wow. Hey, that was
Jeez.
about 5,000 more than we were making, right?
We made about 12 cents an hour.
God, I look back at that now. You know how Social Security sends you those things every year or whatever, and your salaries or how much income. God, but we weren't hurting. I mean, gas was what, 19 cents a gallon until the tourists came to town. But
Well,
yeah.
and then we got food, we got housing, we got everything on top of it, which was not taxable. So
Yeah.
I seem to remember when I first got to the academy that I was making $128 a month.
Yeah, that's about right.
Well, just for shits and grins, when I left basic training, we had what, 7 weeks of basic, I think back then.
Yeah.
And I got to
something
the
like that.
academy and I was there for about 3 weeks. And I got my first paycheck and it was $92 for 10 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
then
you
I
ran to
stayed
the
in Air
BX,
Force.
didn't
I
you?
was in the Air Force actually for 31 years. And I was in 18 years before my taxable income was over $20,000. Now, that didn't include subsistence and food and all that stuff, but
Wow.
taxable income after 18 years as a master sergeant, I finally got over $20,000 a year.
Boy, I tell you
So
what,
these
Al,
numbers
that
are crazy.
picture of you, Al, I can't remember, are you there with your wife? But boy, you were in full dress uniform.
Oh yeah,
Man,
the mess dress. Yeah.
that's a wonderful picture. You just look fantastic.
Well, I had everybody fooled.
Yeah, I know when you see the military bands, like the Air Force, the D.C. band, there isn't one person there, and they look really young, but they're all, I think they get sergeant almost immediately, I think.
Oh, they come in as tech sergeants these days.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
but
We had squadron promotions, so
but
we
you don't
advanced pretty fast.
you don't hardly even get an audition unless you've got a master's in music from a damn good school.
Uh-oh, we gotta quit talking trash about Morvac. He just showed
Hey,
up.
hey, 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 hey. You could not finally see me. The damn light wasn't right.
Right there, Bob. Right there, man.
Hey, look at this. Whoa, hey, whoa.
What are we gonna do, John? We're gonna
You
start
went too
over.
far, Bob.
I wanted to show Bob this picture.
Isn't that something?
Remember this?
I
One more.
remember well.
Huh?
You and Paul have the same shirts. What the hell is going on there with that?
I know.
Where's a picture of me trying to get my uniform on?
There.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it is right there, bud.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey,
thought
Paul.
I thought somebody was trying to pin his stripes on there.
Yeah.
Paul,
Yeah.
can you find that picture of you and Gil wearing each other's hats?
I'll find it, yeah.
That's a classic.
Smallest
yeah.
head and biggest
The
head.
before and the after, right?
Hey, when was that, Bob, that we got together at your house in Simsbury?
Yeah, Simsbury. Yep.
When was that? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember, John.
Okay.
God, that
That had to be mid to late 70s, wasn't it, Bob? Before you went to Georgia.
No, that was a mid or probably around 70. No,
Isn't
because we
the
were there with my son, so that would have been
all your kids are grown.
the 80s, probably the 80s.
Yeah, it was in the 80s, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I had to put this up for you guys because the last month, I had to bail on you because I had to excuse myself because this is my oldest granddaughter, my oldest grandchild, who graduated from high school, and somebody said, wait a minute, Crowder has 19 grandchildren? Because I said that's my first of 19. So I had to give you a little bit more information. So here's the John and Judy Crowder family. This is the comb over I had after I got out.
Gorgeous.
1973.
He cleaned up pretty good.
Yep, and then I lost that comb over. And these are our 4 boys and my girl, my daughter. And that led to a whole bunch of grandchildren. And this was just taken last week. I'm very proud of it. There's the whole Crowder family after 48 and a half years, right there.
Wow.
Congratulations, John.
Great family.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Thank you. Very proud of that. Yeah, she gets all the credit right there.
Who's the young guy sitting in the front row, John?
What's that? That's me.
John, I thought you had a low sperm count, for God's sakes. What happened?
Well, I just had to do this thing right here.
Bob, he just must have had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of the end of all this stuff, the nitty gritty. And so we need to set up a date, which would be typically the last day of July, is Wednesday the 27th. And is anybody besides Tom want to share some stuff about their post-academy life? Like, it doesn't have to be a lot, but it's good to learn about you guys. Like we learned that Ray writes poetry tonight. Anybody? Bueller? Anyone?
Maybe.
You've already
I'll let you know.
you've already got mine, John. So we did that quite a few, several months ago.
I know, we're running out. We need to recruit.
Well, Paul Mayer and I talked, and Bob Morvac, I called him for his he and Pat's anniversary, and Paul and I talked once in a while, and I had called Bill Carlson to try to get him on and Tim Baker, but they just seem to be busy.
All right. Well, I noticed there's maybe about average of 15 or so views that we're getting on the videos we send out. So I don't know why the other guys, are kind of reluctant to kind of get involved, but who knows? But it's good for all of us. We enjoy it.
I'm sorry I was a little late tonight.
I'll try and do the best I can.
I,
Sorry about tonight, but
it's all good. It's all good. Jeff, you look like you're in the dark there. It's kind of a spooky looking picture there.
Hey, it's night. It's nighttime on the East Coast, man.
All right. Well, it is kind of late for you guys, so we can wrap it up unless anybody's got anything they want to add or anything like that.
I'm just going to throw something out there. I just, even though I haven't been able to get every month, but I really miss you guys. I mean, Paul and Bob Morback and I go back to the early 60s in Junior Corps, and then the Hurricanes, and then the Academy Corps. All you guys, I mean, Ray, John, we learned so much from you guys as quote unquote musicians compared to drum corps guys. Paul Olivier, I mean, you and I, we learned from each other so much. And I just miss you guys, and I just want to say thank you.
No,
I look forward to this. This is my super therapy. I just love it. Just love it.
Bob Zarfos, we just want you to know how much we appreciate you representing the super seniors.
It's very elucidating to listen to you guys, and all the stories you tell are the same ones I've lived in just in different locations 10 years later.
Well, really, I mean, when you think about Bob, the history that you had with the DC Corps and all the guys from York, and when you think of Drum Corps Hall of Fame, look at how many people are in there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nuts how many talented people we've come across over the years.
Well, and I'm overwhelmed by what I hear of all of you too, so you all have much to be proud of, believe me.
We're a bunch of old farts, but you're not quite catch up to you yet. But,
not yet.
And we're not quite
keep
done
believing
yet.
you're going to pass us soon,
Well, as long as you hang around a while, that's the important thing.
I intend to, but you never know.
Good. Well, hang in there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any of you guys that want some help with figuring out Facebook, seriously, let me know. We'll set up a time and we'll help you. Because it's a fun place to just go catch up with people, and even your family and friends. They say baby boomers are probably the biggest users now of Facebook. But I'm seeing that there's a lot of, spread in people that I know from different, eras in my life. So it's fun. Check it out. You don't get too much crap because you'll get it if you ask for it. But, you
You just stay off of politics and religion, you'll be okay.
Yeah. Not bad.
It could be a problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Us against them. It's just what's happened. I posted a thing today because I was thinking of, I got a VFW calendar and this particular month of June, and I put it on Facebook and said, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. And I wanted to put, pay attention, folks. Come on.
Pretty basic.
player, dude.
Is that your man cave behind you?
That is my man cave with my big TV.
Nice.
Yeah, I watch a lot of good stuff on there.
Oh, I bet you do.
You must have a different TV than I do.
I hook up to YouTube and I get a lot of drum corps stuff on here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's cool. Really cool.
Well, it's funny because I was on, John, you were mentioning Facebook earlier. I was on today because a couple of people had put some stuff out there. In fact, my niece was at the Barnum Festival, which is a big senior corps thing in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And she and Paul talked to each other for quite some time because my brother and I were both in drum corps for so many years. And she sent me some stuff of some of the clips that she recorded from that show. And it was really quite interesting. And I mean, things have changed a lot over the years, but drum corps is still drum corps. It's different, but it's still drum corps.
It's very different. It's kind of like I don't see the difference now between marching bands. I mean, I know that drum corps is much more precision and everything, but as far as instrumentation and everything, it's like a marching band almost.
Oh yeah,
there's a band in Alabama that's just phenomenal, and they're just like a drum corps. They got a drum line that's pretty damn good, and the horn line they have no woodwinds. It's all brass, and it's
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, on YouTube, look up Festive Overture with the U.S. Air Force Band.
Festive
There's
Overture?
a kid on there. Festive Overture by what is it? Shostakovich.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a wonderful piece. I played it.
This thing, a lot of the comments on this thing say this is probably the best recording that's ever been made of that. And this, it's the Air Force Band that was on tour. It was recorded in Miami, and the fourth trumpet on there is a kid that played in a brass band that I played in West Palm. And he's only been in there maybe about, well, time goes by, maybe 2 years now. But catch that if you can. It's fantastic.
We'll do that.
That's a tough piece, Festive Overture.
Well, you want to really get it cranked up. If you've got any interest, go look at the British brass bands.
Yeah.
Oh, they're crazy.
It just blows your mind, man.
The Corey band is the best one right now.
Yeah.
Which one?
Corey,
C-O-R-E-Y.
Yeah, it's English brass band.
Wow.
The other night, I've been over there a few times to see those brass bands, and I've gotten to know some of the people over there. But the other night, after I was watching this Air Force band on Festive Overture, a thing came up. It was a joint. I think it was 127th year anniversary of the Salvation Army's New York Staff Band playing with another of the best bands out of Britain, the Black Dyke Mills Band.
Yeah.
They were playing on the stage together. And one of the girls that came out doing a baritone soloist for Black Dyke was the wife of a guy that was a good friend of mine that was in Foden's band. Anyway, that's the British brass bands they'll just blow you away. You won't believe the stuff they do.
Well, I think most of them, from what I hear, it's just a free gig. They do that. I mean, they have jobs, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This gal doing the baritone solo, she's a principal baritone player for Black Dyke. She's an attorney. Her day job is an attorney.
Yeah.
But I think they start their music lessons in the womb over there because they do things that are just unbelievable.
Well, they don't have any public school music in Spain or France, or as far as I know. Well, they might in England. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And those kids learn Kadai method, strings, everything. I know when I did it was an international ecumenical orchestra, and I went over. We were meeting in Madrid, and when I went to the first rehearsal, the first time this group was getting together, not the chorus, just the orchestra, and I was coming on stage. There were like 8 people there at that time, and I heard this sound as I was coming in. It was like, wow. that's incredible. This guy, man, he's really good. And I walked out there, it was like it was his 12-year-old kid, and I just went, yeah, it's just because they only take private lessons, so you can get pretty good.
The other thing that's fun to see that you can watch on YouTube and stuff like that are these guys that produce. I sent one to Ray. Is a guy who plays all the different parts. Have you seen those before? So they'll record over their first track, and they'll play maybe the same instrument. Like this had about 18 different trombones in it, I think.
Hey, there's one guy that we had. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to butt in, John, but it was just reminding me. We had this guy from New York came in, Christopher Bill, and he was doing all that stuff with his foot. He would play a thing, dom, 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 and then it'd keep that going, and then he'd come over and go bump, bump, and then he'd put them all together, and he did it live on the stage with us at a concert. So the kids really dug it.
There's some good stuff out there. So don't be too intimidated about finding your way around. If you need some help, let me know. Or Tom Wells, he's glad to help, right, Tom?
I was going to say, actually, I've been in touch over the course of the last several years with the historian for the band of the Grenadier Guards out of England. Truly an amazing group. First time I ever saw them perform was in the 50s. I guess I was a little younger than I am now, but I've had a wonderful time sharing tales with her over the years. And you're right, musicianship around the world is just an amazing thing. Truly, truly an amazing thing.
Tom, did you ever used to do the bass drum twirling?
I have, but I suck at it. Why do you ask?
I just wondered.
I'm not a pipe band drummer. I mean, let me explain something.
How about those tattoos they have over there?
Yeah,
the one in Edinburgh is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful tattoos. Actually, the Virginia tattoo is pretty amazing here down in Norfolk. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, we saw that when we were down there.
Truly. Awesome. No, I don't twirl very well, but my snare drum technician for the high school bands I work with here is a North American champion in snare drum in a pipe band. The guy is phenomenal. I mean, just I am so blessed to have been involved in this business for all these years. Just blessed.
Guys, I've got to say goodnight. I've been up since 3:30 this morning, so it's just circadian rhythm is just all screwed up. But
what are you doing getting up that early, Ray? That's terrible.
It's a disease, man. I don't know. It's just I get 6 hours, period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't make any difference what time.
Let's go for the next one in July. I'll try and do a This Is My Life. And more fact, you can do something with a hammer and nails. How's that sound?
That's about it. I'll get that and maybe a bulldozer. I'll drive up the street or something.
There we go.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. So we'll say, Bob.
I think we should all, when we end the meeting, we should all do a salute.
And salute.
Little thing.
Easy to get these guys to do stuff as long as you don't have to get off their.
As they say in the Bronx, hey.
Hey.
Hey, Bob Warbeck, they do that in Baltimore also.
See you guys. See you next time.
See you, Ray.
And one thing I'm going to throw out, Paul, are you doing all right?
Buddy.
I'm doing fine.
Alan, take care, bud.
Guys. See you in the morning.
See you tomorrow, Bob.
Night,
Good night, guys. Enjoyed it, man. It was great.
Good seeing everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Take care.
Take care, Johnny.
Say bye to Pat.
I will.
Okay.
Speak with Judy and the 90,000 kids you got.
Good night, guys.
All right.
Good
Good
night,
night.
Cindy. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, Cindy, man, I got it. Good night, guys.
Take care, John.
Good seeing you, Bob.
Good seeing you too,
Glad
guys.
you finally got on.
No shit. I mean, no kidding.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Hey, good night now.
See you, Bob.
Bye-bye.
All right, Tom. Thanks again.
Thank you, Tommy.